Yes, today we are going to be learning about elasticity of what? Supply. We have done elasticity of demand, isn't it? Elasticity simply means degree of responsiveness. How the quantity supplied responds to any changes in what? Price. Any changes in what? Price. You find out that if you were demanding for one shirt or 10 shirts, if you are demanding for 10 t-shirts, when the price of t-shirt is 100 naira, you demanded for how many? 10. If the price goes from 100 naira to 1000, will you still demand for 10? You will find out that your money will not be enough to afford 10 again. You might decide to be demanding for how many? 2. You understand? Because of the money you have. So there is always how you do what? Respond to any change in price. Once the price of any commodity changes, your demand for it does what? To change too. Isn't it? In that same way, the supply also changes when there is change in what? Price of the commodity. If you are supplying 1000 pieces of something when the price is 1000 naira, all of a sudden they tell you that the price is now 2000. You want to supply more so that you make more gain, isn't it? Isn't it? So the degree of responsiveness, how you respond to changes in price with your supply, is what we know as what? Elasticity of what? Supply. Degree of responsiveness. Another way of putting degree of responsiveness is simply how you do what? Respond. How you do what? Respond to change in price. So what is elasticity of supply? Elasticity of supply is the what? Degree of responsiveness of what? Supply. So little changes in what? Price of the commodity. Whenever there is a change in the price of the commodity, you will change the amount of goods or commodity you do what? Supply. If you are supplying 10 when the price is 1000 naira, when the price becomes 10,000, you want to supply more so that you make more profit, is it not? So how do you respond? Do you supply more or do you supply less? That is what we call what? Elasticity of what? Supply. How you supply whenever there is change in what? Price. How you do what? Supply whenever there is what? Change in what? Price. Is that clear? So there are many various ways you can what? Respond. And one of them is what we call, you respond under the principle of what? Elastic supply. There are many of them. And that is what we caption when we say types of what? Price elasticity of what? Supply. Types. How do you supply? How do you respond to price changes? Is that clear? There are many ways. So number one is what we call elastic supply. Is that clear? Number one type of price elasticity of supply is what we call what? Elastic supply. So what happens here? In elastic supply, it occurs whenever a small change in price. When there is small change, they were selling something 10 naira, all of a sudden they change it to 9 naira. You see, there is not much change. When a small change in price leads to a greater change in quantity of what? Goods supply. They change the price from 10 naira to 9 naira. All of a sudden you are supplying 10,000. You decide to supply only 1,000. You see, the change in price is very little. Just from 10 naira to what? 9 naira. You're supposed to change your supply from 10,000 pieces to 9,000. But you change from 10,000 pieces to 1,000. That's greater change in supply. Whenever such thing occurs, you say that it's acting on what? Elastic supply. And another word for elastic supply is what we call what? Fairly elastic supply. You understand? Can you see the little change in price? Just from PO to what? P1. But change in quantity from QO to Q what? 1. Can you see it? It's bigger. Can you see this space is bigger? You see, ba? Because of little change in price, you're having a what? Larger change in quantity supply. So in that case, we have what to call what? Elastic supply. We have what to call what? Elastic supply. So we are going to look at the number 2 type of elasticity of supply. It's very clever. Whenever little change in price brings about larger change in quantity, we call it what? Elastic supply. We'll call it what? Elastic supply. So let's look at the second one. Number 2 is what? Inelastic. So when does this occur? When so this is the second type of elasticity of supply. Is that clear? In the first one, we say that once there is a little change in price, there is large change in what? Quantity supply. But in this case, when there is a large change in price, there is what? Little or small change in quantity what? Supply. Is that clear? So inelastic supply occurs when a larger change in what? Price leads to a what? Small change in what? Quantity of goods supplied. So here elasticity, E simply means elasticity is equal to or less than what? 0, but greater than what? Is equal to or greater than 0, but less than what? 1. Is that clear? It is also called what? Fairly inelastic what? Supply. Elasticity is less than what? 0. Is that clear? So this you can see it from this diagram. PO, QO, P1, Q1. Look at the change in price. Is it large? It's very large. Compared to what it leads to change in quantity, it's very small, isn't it? So in such situation, we have what to call what? Inelastic supply. So write it down.